Okay, so I'm back. Alright, so I cleaned up my eyebrows a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my loose powder and I'm just going to lightly put some over top of my eyebrows. This lightens them up and it also keeps them in place. Oh, I've got a bad case of the freaking dropsies today. It's probably all that coffee. I'm telling you, I do not drink that much coffee anymore. I used to drink like an entire pot of coffee a day. I would drink it all day long. I would drink like half a pot in the morning and then like half a pot in the afternoon. And maybe even energy drinks throughout the day. But not anymore. All right. So before I go on to eyeshadow, I'm actually going to do a little bit of correction on my cheeks. I should have done this before I put on the Maybelline. Maybe even before I put on any foundation. I don't know. I just actually started doing this. Mainly because I just got the shit in the mail to do it. I guess I'm going to use my finger. I was looking for a brush to use, but I don't really have a proper brush. What I'm doing is this highlight contour corrector palette that I got. And I'm using the green. And I have just got, like, once in a while, I don't know if it's because of how I wash my face or what, but once in a while, I just get, like, the reddest cheeks. So, I'm going to put a little bit of green on. And I'm probably going to go back over it. I am going to go back over it with the Maybelline foundation. Because I kind of look like I'm going to war right now. Hopefully that helps. I'm pretty sure it's because of how I wash my face. I use, ugh, I put way too much on my freaking hand again. I use, a very dense, like, exfoliating washcloth. And just regular Dial bar soap when I just to like every day wash my face. And then um at least 2 or 3 times a week when I do like an exfoliating wash, I use Noxema and an exfoliating, it's not really like, it's kind of like an exfoliating sponge, but it's not really really dense because I pretty much exfoliate just about every day with my washcloth. Oh my goodness. I still am like really, really green. I think maybe I just put too much on. Alright, I look way better in person than I do on film. Like the color. Make sure I get my nose very well because I might have messed up. Okay. I wonder if I could get this shit back in the bottle. Oh, I can. Excelente. I had way too much on my hand just to do like a little bit of overlay on my cheeks. Okay. I'm like making such a mess today. I got a bad case of the drops. I can't keep my hair in this whatchamacallit thingy. Headband. Good grief. Okay. So, let me check. I messed up my bake. I'm going to just lay a little bit more. I don't want a bunch of blue dots on my face. I'm also going to do around my trouble spots. Hefty amount of powder. Alright, so let's move on to some shadow. That's the fun part. By the way, I went out yesterday with that hot pink and green look. I got so many compliments. People were stopping me in the store to tell me how great my eyeshadow looked. I was like, bow chicka wow wow. Yeah, it was so cool. People were even asking me, like, how do you keep your makeup so straight and awesome during this weather? Because it was raining like crazy. I was like, girl, you just put a little concealer under your shadow. This shit lasts. It was awesome. Alright, so we're doing blue. Tribute to my mother. And of course, my blue selection, even in my 120 palette, is fucking shit. In all these colors, I have 2 blues. And then in my Jaclyn Hill palette, I have 2 blues. Alright, maybe 3 blues in my... I can't tell if this is purple or blue. Alright, it's blue. So I have 3 blues in my 120 palette. I have 1 blue in this really bright gold palette. And then I have 2 blues in my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. So we're just gonna make it work. That's what we do when we are on a budget and we are working with a bargain. I'm sorry, I'm like hella wired today. So I'm really trying to keep my mind like up and in a good place, because when I was like in the hospital, we did this grief group, and one of the things that we were talking about was when things come around like birthdays and anniversaries and shit like that, when you have lost a loved one, like, instead of dwelling on the sadness of not having them, really embracing the positivity of when you did have them. So that's like the main big reason why I wanted to do this blue eyeshadow look in tribute to my mom, is, you know, to really embrace some positivity of when we did have her. So, since we haven't started shadow yet, I'm very close to my time limit. I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back.